going to see slightly larger headgear, slightly bigger gloves,
and typically shorter rounds.
Absolutely.
We'll see what they decide.
Please welcome, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 225 pounds, out of Nonantum and trained by Mark Gagaro, Eric Travers.
All right, so this guy, this kid's a Newton firefighter, friend of everybody. So I got two students at school, and they're like, oh, my dad's friend is fighting. And it's this guy, Eric, and then there's another guy at the gym. At our gym, KB, Corey Brown, that's friends with this guy too. He's supposed to be a real good athlete. I don't know much beyond that.
He's 6'3", 225, 43 years old.
And I know obviously he's at a successful gym in Nonantum Boxing Club, which I think, is that spelled wrong? Yeah.
Nonantum.
Nonantum. So
now into the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 215 pounds, fighting out of Fitness Advantage Boxing and trained by Sione Finau and Kathy McLean, Jonathan Hall.
So Jonathan Hall out of FA Boxing.
Yeah, so every gym has, different things, different stylings. FA Boxing is known for, they're a Haymakers mainstay. Incredible cardio and pressure. So Fitness Advantage is not a misnomer.
Remarkably aggressive.
So that's and again, every boxer fights differently. So I'm not saying Jonathan Hall is going to come out guns blazing. I'll tell you that FA Boxing is known for their pressure, their volume, and their cardio. They don't do anything cute or try to get creative. It's bread and butter, front foot forward, real aggressive style of boxing.
Yeah, bite down and throw hard.
While Nonantum Boxing Club might be known for a little more patience and polish, but we'll see how it plays out today.
We'll see. It's right, because it's hard to tell how long these guys have been in each one of these facilities as well. I'll say this. According to the tail of the tape, Eric, the bigger of the two, and I guess he is slightly bigger, but Jonathan Hall is massive dude in his own right,
not
dude.
A small dude, yeah. So again, you're going to have 3 2-minute rounds, 16-ounce gloves rather than 10s or 12s, slightly bigger headgear. You got the either title or masters, title or ringside masters in the red corner. You got the Armor Plus by Sting in the blue corner.
Third man in the ring is Steve Clark's brother, Tom. Oh, coming right off the bat. So what I noticed is Eric is a lefty, and Eric already walked into a good straight right hand by Hall. Both dudes super jacked, throwing super sharp straight punches.
Hall's finding a home for that right hand already.
Hall is finding a home for that right hand, but he's also susceptible to Eric's lead hand. I'll also say this. Hall appears to be taking the punches better. It looks like they're both massive guys, but when Hall hits Eric, he kind of does the dance a little bit. Tom's already giving him a warning. He's the best. All right, now, here's what I'm noticing, Mark.
Yep.
Hall just switched to southpaw and just ate a fantastic straight left from Eric. By the way he's presenting, he's southpaw again. I don't know how comfortable he is southpaw. He's throwing. The thing is, a lot of these guys think they can do both.
And
a
they
lot
really
of times,
can't do either?
Well, offensively they can, but he just, again, ate a straight 2-3 combination there. He's throwing hard, though. He just walked into something. This might be a matter of whoever strikes first.
Yeah, it's Eric Travers is throwing hard. Jonathan Hall is throwing hard. They're landing pretty clean.
Yeah, and fundamentally they're sound, but I think their offense is worlds ahead of their defense, which makes for an interesting fight. Tom is taking a good look at Jonathan Hall right now. because he's eating punches. Just as I say, that's a good two-piece right on Eric's chin. This is a close fight so far. Much more difficult to score than that first bout.
Yeah, it's funny that the first bout, they were both kind of tentative, so there wasn't a lot of action. This one, decent amount of action, but they're throwing 10 punches and both of them landing 8. I'll tell you right now, I don't have a clear winner in that round.
We do. we might.
Absolutely do.
We might have a clear winner.
Absolutely do. Eric Travers.
Easily stole that round.
I mean, talk about
Ladies
just
and
taking the
gentlemen,
last
please
5
welcome
seconds
our
and putting it in your
ring
back
card
pocket.
Give
warrior,
My
Kelly
God.
Tom
Kane.
Clark credit
She
for
had
letting him
cancer
fight,
when she was
but
24, about a
but
month
Jonathan
after
Hall
she
was
moved
doing
into her
the chicken
first
dance there
apartment.
for a second.
And
her
again,
own.
like not for
Now,
nothing, when you're talking about
16 years
advanced
later,
age,
she still
these are
remembers
older
the
gentlemen
impact
in the
it
sport
had
of
on her
boxing.
life,
That's going to
and
carry
we'll
on
never
into the next
forget.
round.
Oh,
So
certainly.
So look for Eric
Kelly.
Travers to put something
These are
together.
big dudes carrying a lot of muscle that aren't super young. And I'll tell you, the turning point, it was early on. But the one thing I did notice, I don't love Jonathan Hall switching to southpaw, dude. I don't know what led to that change. But it should be interesting. As far as body language in the corner,
He looks exhausted.
they both look tired. Eric looks the fresher of the two. Yeah, this might be our last round, if we're being honest. I mean, we'll see. Stranger things have happened, but big dudes
Jonathan
catching big
Hall,
leather.
His hands already low.
They're lower. It's funny. He has kind of like a lax wobble back
Yeah.
and forth, but I can't tell if it's
like
like
drunken master
yeah,
style.
dude. If it's like style points. I mean, look, not for nothing. He's still throwing hard, and he's got his wits about him, but he's gonna get caught.
Great right hand again by Eric there.
Yeah, and Eric's walking him down at
Yeah,
this
I think
point.
he smells blood in the water.
Yeah, and he's just a hair shy of missing with that straight left, which again I believe is a true straight left hand, as opposed to Jonathan who switched stances early on in this fight.
I'll tell you, every punch that's landed on Jonathan, he's weeble wobbling.
He is. He's eaten them so far, but I think that might be a combination of both.
That's where we've been spending a long weekend at Bernie's for the last round.
Yeah, man. But I think it's a matter of a combination of conditioning and, conditioning and concussions, I suppose. Eric being a little bit more patient.
Yeah, and honestly, I'd like to see Eric kind of push the pace. If Jonathan was that hurt, Jonathan adjusting his headgear.
I mean, he looks exhausted. I mean, he doesn't look it. He is exhausted. He's still throwing, but every time he eats just a short right jab from Eric, he gets stung.
Eric landing a stiff jab after stiff jab. I'd love to see it. He's got to put some stuff together.
I think he's
conserving energy.
I think he's fighting a smart fight. I like that he's putting that jab on him because
as a fan, I want to see him put stuff together.
Yeah,
but I understand.
No,
great
that was a
straight
great
left.
straight left hand, and that hold was by design. Jonathan held him because he's hurt.
Jonathan's hands are in his pockets.
He's plodding forward, though. I mean, he's still a live dog. He's still throwing punches.
He's just breathing so heavy.
And he's just eating punches,
10
too.
seconds left in the round. Get a much less competitive round. I can't believe the dance he does every time a jab lands.
But, dude, he hasn't, what do they say? Weeble wobbles wobble, dude.
They don't fall down.
That's right, my man. Here's
So
another thing. I
think
haven't kept a super close eye on the
Say
clock.
hello again to our ring
That
card
felt short. Could
warrior,
these be a minute and a half
Kelly
rounds?
Kane.
I'll tell you
Cancer
that
when
I
she
saw
was
the last
24,
10 seconds
about
was the
a
last
month
10
after
seconds.
she
But
Okay.
I can't tell you if
I
it
think
was
we
a
should
minute and a half
on her
round.
own.
Keep an eye on
Now,
the
16 years later,
ring timer this
she
round.
remembers the
So
impact
in my
it had
eyes,
on her
much
life
less
and will
competitive round.
never
Round
forget.
2. Eric Travers kind of walked away with that one.
Yeah, I think the first
Like,
round was a coin toss.
Again,
up to that
smart
straight
game
left.
plan. Just really just landing just a real stiff jab over and over, throwing that straight left.
Another
every
consideration,
once in a
too,
while.
it might be a smart game plan. He might also be exhausted, too, because looking at his posture in the corner, not for nothing.
No, he doesn't.
Eric's
look fresh
looking
as
a little
daisy.
less
I'm with
fresh
you.
than earlier in the bout as well. So, again, I have it pretty clear that Eric's winning this fight going into the third round. Jonathan Hall is a large enough man, a determined enough man to change that.
I love when Jump Around comes on in the Boston area. It's like the Pied Piper, which people just crawl out of the streets and just come to Fenway Park.
I like Jeff Ryan, though.
I don't know.
All right, last round. Let's see if we can get a ring time. Oh, it says 2 minutes. All right, so they're doing a 2-minute master round. Now, I'll say this. By the time Jonathan got off his stool, Eric was already in his corner. Clearly the fresher of the two boxers, and it's not close. And he hurt him tremendously.
Yeah, I think that's the
it was a 1-2.
I think you're going to see the fight waved off.
If he gets up, I don't think Tom's going to allow him to continue. He's done.
Yeah.
This fight's over.
This fight's over.
Yeah.
Absolutely great stoppage.
That's a wrap.
tough kid.
That first round was a coin toss to the last 10 seconds, and I think that completely turned the tide. It really did. So excellent performance by Eric Travers. So my students won't be awkward in science class tomorrow when I'm like, hey, your dad's friend beat that guy up. That was a great job. Yeah, good account from both men, but hats off to Eric Travers doing exactly what he should have done in that fight. The next part of the evening is kind of interesting. You know what else is interesting? People's comfort level walking directly behind us during a pay-per-view broadcast. Who was that? Do you see who that was? Did you know who that was? Friend of yours? Someone just walked in the booth, dude. Yeah.
Oh, that's such a power move.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
I respect it. They were well dressed, better than the two of us, certainly. Well, better than me. Better than you.
Maybe they were a server. Maybe they wanted to get us drinks.
I don't think that was what it was. Boston, the level of comfort in Boston, infinitely higher than all the other venues combined. This is my first time at MGM.
The
this
winner
is your second time,
by
right?
RSC, fighting
Thoughts?
out of No Memphis and trained
yeah,
by
I mean, it's a
Mark
beautiful
in the
venue.
red corner,
I mean, I'll say
Eric
that.
Travers.
There isn't a bad seat in the house.
Congratulations
straight up.
to both
There is a
fighters.
bad seat in the house. The toilets. The men's bathroom is on the
Second
second
and
and third
third floor.
floor. So I'm going to be holding it all night, folks.